Okay, we're on the final phase where I do the final illustration for our character Everleen. And yeah, what happened here is that I choose the final sketch, which with those big voluminous ears, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel more attached to that compared to the previous ones. Although the previous one is kind of cute, and I would actually go with the second one, this one right over here. But the ears just really won me over. The ears that is just standing up right there. So anyway, what happened here? The thing that unexpected. As you can see on the other side, Everleen is supposed to be short, but I kind of accidentally made her a little bit more taller, which I think it's not a problem. At this point, I really don't care anymore. I just want to get this started and be finished. Like before, I don't have a script. I'm just gonna rabble on whatever I can think of. The reason why I wanted her to be a not human is because on my story, the Garden of Odin, it's supposed to have more creatures, because inside that garden, it has a lot of unusual things. Also supernatural events, supernatural disasters, something that is not normal, that cannot be seen in our world. That's actually the basis of the forest, and it's most especially when it comes to creatures. It's supposed to have, crawling with different kinds of creatures, like even monsters exist. Not monsters, maybe beasts. I could go in depth with that information of the Garden of Odin, but I'm not sure if I can do that here yet, because there are a lot of things to unpack. Oh yeah, I think this is the part where I changed the eyes a lot, and I don't know why I did not stick to these eyes. Looking at it right now, it doesn't look bad at all. But yeah, I changed that eyes. Don't get too attached to it. I drastically changed it a lot. And also the one I was thinking, the thing that I am not sure about Everleen is her backstory. I'll give you a quick summary of my story, The Garden of Odin. It's very random. Again, with the magical forest and just people around it who's living near that forest. Just, taking advantage of it, getting the treasures and all that stuff to gain benefits, huge benefit, to become more richer, to be wealthy, But the problem is that because of the forest having its very unusual way of natural disasters and dangerous creatures, normal human being couldn't actually survive if they stay too long on the forest. Most people ended up dying. So yeah, so it has become a rule that going into the forest is illegal, because there's really a small chance for you to survive there, unless if you know how the forest works. Only those who has knowledge about it had a higher chance to survive in the forest. And on the forest, there are a ton of different kinds of forests. I actually wrote them down, and I kind of forgot what it is. I only remember a few. I think I wrote there that there's a weather forest, because that is where Everleen is found. Specifically when the weather forest become a winter forest. And then I know there's I don't know, dark forest. That's I remember. But I just want to make it short. There's a lot of different kinds of forests, and that's all. There's more information to it, but I don't know if I should say it. Yeah. Now that you know basic summary of my story, I can now explain what her backstory is. Okay. It's very cliche, because I don't care. I just want to make the story simple. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna make it a full flesh story. I just want to provide something on the group. Like I said, this art challenge is actually from a Facebook group I'm in, and I just want to provide the character designs and the OC lores that I can give in it. It doesn't have to be that unique, okay? Okay. What do we have here? Okay, the first thing that I thought of Everleen is that she's wearing a kind of like steampunk hat. Okay, and then because of that, she's because of that, I thought of that Everleen should have a winter like cool colors. But then I thought of that the hat it won't fit in a cool color because of how it's drawn, you know. And I think that's why. Okay, before I explain the brief backstory of Everleen, I'm going to explain why we transferred to screen recording. Okay, I'm gonna explain this as short as possible. Basically, first reason, my phone kind of died. I use my phone to record stuff, video stuff, and the battery was not holding up, so I had to charge it. And I was like, but I want to move on. I want to finish. I want to do the detailed sketch now, this one, because I promised myself that I won't skip over detailed sketch, because as an artist myself, my own style, I skip over a lot of detailed sketch. But now I wanted to improve, so I wanted to make sure that I will take more time in sketching, because I usually skip those detailed things and just move on to the line art because I just want to things done. But now I just don't want. And yeah, because of that, so it's like I just want to finish this. I just want to do this already. Just move on. So because of that, okay, maybe I'll just do it screen recording. It won't be that bad. And then once my phone is fully charged up, I can go back to the video. I hope it doesn't really, I don't know, is it bad, is it, no, I don't know. This won't last long. I would go back to it. You will see my fleshy hands again. So yeah, that's my explanation to why we are on our screen right now. Haha. This is a visual change. Anyway, like I said, Everleen Hayes has a little information that I thought of. It's because, I started asking myself why she's wearing that steampunk looking hat, It's like, why? What is that for? What is she doing? Actually, her backstory is actually kind of cliche, very simple, So I thought of it. Why is she wearing her hat? Does that really belong to her? And I think of no, that doesn't belong to her. Because first of all, obviously, Everleen is going to have a cool color palette. But I think that the hat wouldn't fit well if it's a cool color palette. So it has to be like browns and one-tone, So I'm thinking that if that's the case, then the hat, that doesn't belong to her then. She probably picked this up somewhere. And then an idea clicked, like ding, like okay, I think I had a brief idea about her. Like let's say that she is a winter creature who, yeah, like I said, it's belonging to the winter forest. Creatures, the weather forest only just like transition to another weather. So, for example, when fall is taking place, when fall is taking place, not weather forest, it's seasonal, mostly seasonal, but weather and season are combined to that. I don't know, just bear with me. When fall forest isn't taking place, that means the winter people, the winter creature, are doing hibernation, and they're just basically underground the forest, and then they go up the forest when the winter season is coming in. But Everleen here is a curious little being. She wanted to go out despite not having the winter yet coming out. So I thought maybe she snuck out during the summer, the heat of the day, and I'm not sure if obviously she wouldn't have survived that, but she was able to endure the heat just because, curiosity and her desire to further explore more the forest, because she never actually went out, obviously because it's winter. And then probably along the way, when she was discovering this new world that she's sightseeing, she found this hat. And I'm thinking she found this hat that has been, how do I explain? she found the hat on a person that is already dead, which is already a corpse, a rotting flesh thing. And she just like, of course, Everleen doesn't actually, she knows that, but I think I'm gonna give her not that much. She knows that, but she hasn't seen it yet, so it doesn't terrify her as much as a normal people would. Like, I would be afraid when I see a corpse, but she wouldn't. She was just curious. She haven't seen any decaying body yet, so doesn't know what's going on. She took the hat off of the corpse and then just claim it there. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, she just claim it there and just oops. Okay, actually, let's speed it up a little. Yeah, and that's basically it. And then she went back to the winter forest, and then obviously other winter creatures were naturally upset to her. Like, why did you go out? Why did you do this? You even took the hat. It's like, you know, it's a huge evidence. She just wore it, and obviously creatures there will find out that she went out, even though no one saw her went out. But the thing is, she has the hat on, and they were like, you went out. You're not supposed to do that. But Everleen said, hey, I'm alive. I went back alive, so what's mine is mine. Other creatures were so against her to the point that she should throw away the hat. And I just thought of this right now. The reason why she was allowed to keep it, because the leader of that winter, since, well, they were like, since she already went out and gained the item, might as well keep it. But she was warned not to do it again. Yeah, that's basically it for Everleen. I wish I could think of more of her backstory. She's just a curious little being, wanted to wander off. I don't know if I can connect her to the other characters that I have made. Maybe I could make her meet with others. Yeah. Here is her first design, from a little fella to a tall fella. And here is the progress shot, the line art sketch, and the flat colors, and the final color, and her overall. Yeah, that's all. Thanks you for being here, and I hope to see you soon, I guess.